Hey moguls, it's Dr. T here, and we are heading into another upgrade. So you can mogul on up and create your mogul reality and your empire and dynasty. And that's what we're doing today. We're focusing on something really important when you are creating a new creation or evolving the creation that you have, be it yourself, your company, your family, your reality. We're talking about the circuitry of creation and how intention fuels reality. Okay, because if you're not being pulled forward by your vision, you haven't really wired it into your field. And then you'll have a lot of effort instead of having the circuitry for the creativity. All right, folks. So, my moguls, this is our International Moguls Club channel. I am Dr. Tracy Thomas, your mogul, reality maker, empire builder, dynasty creator. And I'm here to show you how to create a direct power line to your highest reality. Okay, so most people set intentions. They go, oh, this is what I'm going to do. But they never build the circuitry. They think about the goal here or there. Maybe they write it down, but they never transmit enough frequency to literally light it up. And when you go all in on a vision, on a reality with energy, investment, devotion, you build a line of power between here and there, where you are now and the reality that you're creating. And what's amazing is as you create that circuitry, for example, you want to be a billionaire, that's a reality. And you're going to create that as you connect to it. You're not just saying a sentence, you're literally making circuitry between you and that dimension of reality. It's very important, moguls. Now that reality, the vision, the creation, what it is, where it exists, it's actually a frequency field, right? Create billions is a frequency field that people inhabit because they connected to it. So when you connect to something like that, you now start to get the circuitry of it, and the energy of it starts to feed you how to do it. So we think we got to go to school all the time to learn reading, writing, arithmetic, but we really need to connect to this reality so we can get the circuitry so it can teach us how to become it. Okay. And this is so exciting, right? This is very different than what we were taught in the Industrial Revolution of just go to school and be a cog in a wheel. And that's a lot of times that's what the generator world is about in human design. There's a lot of generators at running the world. And in projector world, which is 20+% of the population, we're creating through frequency and the intentional frequency of reality. So you connect to it, you start to have those intentions start to give you that flow. And in fact, I call this, it's like a new type of framework for currency. So we've known of all these different things, including capitalism, which was meant to be every person according to their capacity, creating that reality. And then what was supposed to be great, then you could grow your capacity, grow your reality. But capitalism turned into people actually rigging the game because they're too chicken shit to play it fair, if I'm being really honest. I mean, can you imagine? Capitalism was supposed to be about who can make a bigger capacity to make a bigger, amazing reality. And then they rigged the game, sent people to school saying, go be a cog in a wheel, but we're going to go over here and be moguls. And they didn't want to compete with everybody because they are too chicken shit to actually see what they're made of. So they made capitalism a manipulation instead of a flowing currency system. That's what we've been suffering from. But in this new era of transformation and what I'm sharing with you, we are talking about the frequency currency and what I like to call, and I'm coining this term, FlowNomics. Okay, this is FlowNomics in action. Intentionality, feeding the flow, creating circuitry. And for those that are coming into this level of creation, versus laboring and the hard work of doing the effort without having the connection of the intentions, and then you get all this resistance and effort and it wears you out. We're connecting to the reality so it can fuel you. Okay. So we're going to do this mogul activation, and you're going to choose the intention that you've been thinking about, sitting on, considering, and we're going to wire it in. Okay. So I want you to really connect to this right now. Say it. I open the channel and my vision feeds me. Okay. And we connect to it. We think, oh my gosh, that reality exists over there somewhere. Again, if it's somebody creating a real estate dynasty, for example, the one that transforms the world instead of does transactions, right? This is something that's being built with one of my clients right now. It's very exciting. We don't just go, let's go do all the nuts and bolts of something. That's very generator like. We do the nuts and bolts, but we don't necessarily set the frequency and we don't necessarily create the circuitry to the reality. In the new world, in the exponential era, where projectors are emerging as the visionary leaders that help people connect to the vision as the way of creating and letting the reality come through you and materialize rather than I got to go out and get it. Okay, so we're going to connect to that reality. If I say, I've got a transformational real estate dynasty that replaces transactions with transformations, I live in that world. It's like feeding me. It feels so good. It literally feels amazing. The more I connect to it, the more it literally says, here's how to make me. Here's how to become me. Here's how to be a real estate mogul. And we want to connect to that instead of, I'm going to do this thing, but then we spend all of our time thinking about something else and barely connecting to the reality. This is what all our mogul transformational training does, is we go into immersions. We go into a commitment that we literally become one with the new reality, the mogul identity, this amazing thing that wants to give you all of its potency and potential. We live in it. We let it literally flow into us. We become one with it. This is not, I'm on the clock, off the clock, all of this stuff. And it's also not about never resting. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with becoming one with your creation instead of this BS that was taught to us. You're going to go to school, get a job, be a cog, and then sometimes you're on the job and sometimes you're off. This has nothing to do with our truth. And our truth is we are creators. We are receivers of new realities. Imagine if we were taught that, moguls, from day one. It's happening all the time. Some people get it. Imagine Steve Jobs. He got this idea. Millions of other people probably got it. And he was like, I am becoming one with that reality. I will steward it. We let it become us. We let it transform us. We create it and it creates us because it is our creation and we are creators. We are not workers. We are not slaves. We are not on the clock or off the clock. We are receivers of new, amazing realities, the ones that the world needs, because evolution knows the frequency is too low here. We must raise it. Okay, so we need to get into a mogul immersion for your higher reality, creating the circuitry. And what I'm going to have you do, you're going to like the video, make sure you're subscribed. You might already be, but please make sure you're saying, yes, I agree. Universe, I am on board with this. Please connect me more to the mogul frequency so it can put me in my power, help me create my empire and dynasty for humanity, for the elevation, for the legacy that says we didn't just come here and hang out and follow some other being's script that just served them and created their legacy. We came here to co-create this world. It is our world together. We are international moguls. We own this world. It doesn't matter what the paperwork says. This is our world. The creator created us, has us here, and we are co-creators of this reality. And what it takes is to come into this receiving, become the circuitry of it, let it fuel you, let it wash over you, let it come through you, and get into the circuitry of reality. No one is outside of it unless they stay. And all we have to do is create these intentions for this new reality. Okay, so you're also going to do a few more things that help just get this thing into you. You're going to share this with someone. Maybe you've got a friend, your text or WhatsApp, and you're going to say, you know what? This made me think of you. Maybe you know somebody that needs it or whatever, but you're going to help them get connected to their circuitry of the new reality. Who knows what they might be wanting? Maybe they are creating a business. Maybe they're growing one. Maybe they're redesigning, rebranding. Maybe they're creating a new family. Maybe they're wanting more fertility for that. Whatever it might be, a partnership, a new experience, learning a new talent, whatever it is, this all applies. All right, moguls. Last couple things in the description of this video, you've got some good options for upgrades. You've got the human design chart, which you can click on and make sure you know what you are. What were you created to be? Are you a manifester, generator, manifesting generator, projector, reflector? What are you doing here? It's going to tell you what you are. It's going to help you know how to be on the correct path and create the reality we're meant to make. Because if we're creating something other than what we were created to make, we're going to get friction. If we're creating our reality, we're going to have flow and the wind is at our back. And it's so great. You've got my transformational best-selling books, and those can help you as well. And you've got the ability to check out the Moguls Club and see what we're about. The website is there. You can learn about it. If you want to have a chat, we can talk about it and see what it is you feel you're here to create. Phil, if you want to come into your mogul capacity, we've got the ability for you to be, in this YouTube community, but we've also got the Moguls Club more formalized training. And that's about all of you becoming sovereign, where you own yourself and no one in the world, no nation, no nothing owns you. You become the master of your reality. You create the world you want to live in. You create the creations that are coming through you and are absolutely your purpose and your legacy as a co-creator of this world. And there's so many great things that you can learn and grow in. And it helps you so much because it disconnects you from what I like to call, I don't like to call, but I do call it the parasitic programming of the unfortunate matrix system, which has steered a lot of people on the wrong path while having a few people, minority of people in the world, hoarding all the wealth instead of circulating it. Which, as a psychologist, I can say anybody hoarding anything, that's a psychological disorder. We're here to become circuitry for reality. And the greater the circuitry we are, the more flows through us, nourishes us, gives to us, and keeps giving and flowing. And the circuitry just keeps going. It's that simple. Okay, moguls, it's a very important upgrade. I'm so glad you got it. Check out the other videos that are available in the playlist. And remember, hun, your vision is alive, moguls. The reality that is meant to be the one you make as a masterpiece is doing everything it can to knock on your door. Create this circuitry and let it pull you into your amazing transformational empire or dynasty. All right, moguls, wait to receive the upgrade, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.